Allegiance, and Mr. Ben, would you please lead us?
Which one is it?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Which one is it? Wireless guest. The wireless guest.
All right, this is the Planning and Zoning Board and local planning agency. It's an advisory board which makes recommendations to the county commissioners who will make the final decisions on these items. Items G2, G3, and G5 are LPA items. Items on today's agenda will be heard by the County Commission on February 1st at 5 p.m. When a motion ends in any kind of split vote, a roll call vote may be taken to ensure accuracy. As a reminder, each member who makes a motion or a second needs to turn their microphone on so that your voice is on the record. Speakers for the public comment on agenda items will be given 5 minutes. At this time, if any board member has had any ex parte communication regarding any application, please disclose so now. All right, seeing that, I need a motion for approval of the P&Z minutes from November 13th, 2023.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion by Dave, a second by Rob. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And that passed unanimously. All right, item G1.
Yes, item G1, Florida Dealer Center LLC, request change of zoning classification from BU-1 and BU-2 with an existing BDP to all BU-2 and removal of the existing BDP. This is application number 23Z00081, and it's located on tax account numbers 2314551 and 2314553 in District 1.
All right, thank you. And is the applicant here?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chair, members of the board. Bruce Moia with MBB representing the applicant. This is a piece of property at the curve on Grissom, right across the street from the sheriff's compound, where they train, I think, canines there and store vehicles and do all kinds of stuff there because it's right across the street from the jail. So this is a property, I think, that was meant to be developed about 20 years ago. I don't know who owned it then, but they had a BDP. And if you look at the three conditions of the BDP, it appears they were going to split it into two parts. It is in two parcels. So we're going to join the two parcels together under one ownership, develop it all as BU2. And obviously both parcels will share the same driveway because it'll be one project now. So there is a site plan that we put together that you probably have in your package. It's several, where we say warehouses, is actually going to be like contractor trades. There'll be people working out of them. They will be getting certificate, whatever occupational licenses, so they can work out of them. It won't be like self-storage. So I just wanted to clear that up because I think we said self-storage, but that's not what it's going to be. Most of that, if you're familiar with Grissom Parkway, it's mostly a commercial corridor. We think it's a very appropriate use in this location. And any residential that we are abutting is mostly all GU property, been that way forever. We'll be required to build a wall where we abut those zoned properties. So I'm here to answer any questions that you might have.
1 second, Mr. Moya. Is there anyone in the audience want to speak for or against this item? All right, seeing that, I bring it back to the board. We have any questions for Mr. Moya?
Okay, thank you.
Well, hold on now. I need a
Mr.
motion.
Chairman, I'll move to approve. Second.
Okay, got a motion by
John.
I'm sorry.
Mr. Chair, does that motion include with the removal of the existing BDP?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, a motion by John and a second by Ron. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That passed unanimously. Okay, item G2.
Yes, item G2, 3955 Kings Highway LLC requests a small-scale comprehensive plan amendment, 23S.11, to change the future land use designation from Res 8 to CC to all, and CC to all CC. The application number is 23SS00011, located on tax account number 2301890 in District 1. And this is companion to a rezoning application number 23Z00049 that was heard by the Port St. John Board and was unanimously approved on January 3rd.
Okay, is the applicant here? Sir, if you could get as close as you could to that microphone and state your name and address for the record.
Bryan Potts, Tanith Design, 2494 Rose Spring Drive, Orlando.
All right, and a little bit about what you're wanting to do here.
Sure. So we had two pieces of land. There's a larger piece, and then there's a smaller rectangle that was zoned Res 8. And we're looking to do a self-storage facility, which the larger piece, the land use and zoning worked for, but the smaller piece, it didn't. So we had a little bit of our pond and development onto the sliver, and we realized that was a problem. So now we're trying to rectify that and make the smaller piece match the larger piece so everything's in compliance so we can move forward with our project.
All right, while you're right there, is there anyone in the audience want to speak for or against this item? Okay, seeing that, I bring it back to you. Board, do we have any questions for the applicant?
I have a question, if you don't.
Yes, sir, Mr. John.
That sliver on the east side, are you going to need to add a buffer? Because that's all residential to the east of you.
Yeah, as part of our site plan, we'll have a buffer. I think we're putting pond over there, and I think we had some pond that was encroaching. But yeah, I mean, we're going to be required as part of our site plan to have the appropriate buffer into the residential.
Okay. What's to the west of you across the railroad tracks, do you know?
On the other side of the road, I'm not sure. I just knew we had the railroad to the west. So.
I'm curious about one thing. There's a lot of these that are coming our way, the mini warehouse. We have a housing shortage here in Brevard County, and lands are being gobbled up by people that want to put in mini warehouses. And, it's just bothersome that we're doing that and we're not putting houses up or some
I
sort
hear you,
of-
but they keep getting filled up, which is why they keep building. So there's so many people moving into smaller homes or apartments that they need a place to be able to put their extra stuff.
Good
So
point.
as long as these units keep getting full, they're going to keep building them.
Yeah. All right, thank you. Thanks, Mr. Chair.
Any other questions for the applicant?
Yeah, I saw that, but I didn't know what it was.
Mr. Chair, motion to recommend approval on item G2 as presented.
Second.
Ron beat you to it, Mr. Henry. A motion by Ben, a second by Ron. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? That passed unanimously.
Thank you. Y'all have a great day.
All right, sir. Thank you. Item G3.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Item G3 and G4 are companion applications. I will read them into the record simultaneously. However, you'll need to have separate motions for each. So item G3 is Quality RV Florida LLC requests a small-scale comprehensive plan amendment, 23S.24 from Res 6 to CC. Application number is 23SS00024 on tax account number 2702826, located in District 5. Item G4 is Quality RV LLC requests a change of zoning classification from RU-1-7 and TR-1 to all BU-1. Application number is 23Z00083 on tax account number 2702826, also located in District 5. Thank you.
Is the applicant here? And sir, if you could get as close to that microphone as you can and state your name and address for the record and a little bit about what you're wanting to do.
My name is David Mancini. I'm a representative for Quality RV in Melbourne, Florida at 4255 Aurora Road. We purchased this company about 3 years ago from the original owners. When we purchased it, we did all of our due diligence. We had real estate agents look into everything. We were under the assumption that the property was already a commercial property. Part of that is the business has been there since 1977, so we'd never had any reason to question what we were, being told. So we just want to be compliant with the county, want to be able to continue to do business where we're doing business, and that's about it.
Yeah, that's been there a while. I think even Henry knows about that place.
Yeah. Unfortunately, or fortunately.
Is there anyone in the audience want to speak for or against this item? Sir, yes, if you want to come up, if you could take a seat up front there. And when you get here, if you could state your name and address for the record.
Terrence Bird, 1531 Morgan Court. I'm one of the properties that butts up right behind it, or next to it, I should say. And it's, I don't know if it's procedure or not, but I'm not sure what they're planning to change it into from what it is right now. That's the main concern why I'm here.
We're not changing it. We want to be able to put up a fence to keep the property.
He needs to come with the money.
Okay.
I'll get him to come back up after you're done, but that's your main concern,
That's my
just
main
what they're
concern.
going to, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll have him address it when he comes back.
Okay.
Anyone else want to speak for or against this item? All right, sir, if you could come back up.
We found out that we were residential when we put in a permit to get a fence put up that was 8 feet high. They wouldn't let us. They told us we could only do 5 feet. We do not plan on changing anything on the property at all. We just want to be county compliant.
All right. Hearing that, I bring it back to the board. We got any more questions for the applicant?
No. Mr. Chairman, I move for approval.
All right, we got a motion by Ron.
Second.
We got a second by Debbie. All those in favor, and this is item G3.
Right.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Item G3 passed unanimously. I'm going to need a motion separate for item G4.
And then on G4, I move approval for that also.
Second.
Got a motion by Ron, got a second by Debbie on item G4. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That passed unanimously.
Thank you very much.
Okay, good luck with the county commissioners. All right, item G5.
Good afternoon. Item G5 and G6 are companion applications. I will read them in together. However, they will need separate recommendations on them. Item G5 is Travis and Rebecca Pless request a small-scale comprehensive plan amendment, 23S.23, to the future land use designation from agricultural to residential 1, application number 23SS00023, associated tax count number 2002077 in District 1. Item G6, Travis and Rebecca Pless request a change of zoning classification from GU to RUMH1, application number 23Z00080, tax account 2002077, located in District 1.
Okay, is the applicant here? Sir, you know the drill hopefully by now. As close as you can to the mic and state your name and address for the record.
Travis Pless, 3403 Dion Street, Melbourne, Florida.
And a little bit about what you're wanting to do here.
Well, thanks to HGTV, my wife wants to build a barn dominium on the property. So when we bought the property, we didn't know that you had to have 10 acres to build a single-family residence there. We acquired one piece of property adjacent, but because the other lots are landlocked, they want a premium knowing that we're trying to get the required amount of property, the 10 acres. And it's cost prohibitive to buy any more property out there right now.
All right. Hold on one second, if you would, please. Is there anyone in the audience want to speak for or against this item? All right. Hearing that and seeing that, I bring it back to the board. Do we have any questions for the applicant?
Do you only own this one parcel, or did you acquire any further? any
Did
additional?
require another acre and, I think, an acre and a quarter that's adjacent, catty corner to that property. So we have a total of almost 3 acres there. We tried to buy the extra acre and a quarter right directly behind, but because they're landlocked, like I said, they want a premium for that property, knowing that we're trying to expand our area.
But they'll have to cut through your property to get to their property eventually.
Is everything exciting on Hog Valley Road yet these days?
I'm sorry?
Is everything exciting on Hog Valley Road?
Oh, it's pretty quiet. I'm a Tennessee resident originally and a native, and we moved to Florida in 2018, and this is our home now, and we intend to stay. So,
It can get exciting out there.
yeah, we like the country, and so we like to be out like that.
Mr. Chairman, I move we approve this.
Okay, we got a motion by Ron, a second by Robert on item G5. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And now we got item G6.
And on G6, I also move we approve that, recommend approval.
Okay, we got a motion by Ron, a second by Robert on item G6. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Both of those pass unanimously.
All right, thank you all.
Good luck.
Appreciate your time.
All right.
Have you seen those? Well, you have one. I forgot.
Item G7, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Item G7 is John L. Hearton requests to change zoning classification from EU to SEU. Application number is 23Z00077 on tax account 2633100, located in District 4.
Sir, if you could state your name and address for the record and a little bit about what you're wanting to do.
David Okonski, 4285 Randon Lane, Merritt Island. And I'm not going to bring up the HGTV as an issue, but it is an issue because it's building a beautiful home, as Mr. Hooper Garden likes to do. This one's about actually building a home.
Thank you.
The surprise was when Mr. Hearton bought this property, it also went through due diligence twice. He was the second owner, bought the land with the expectation to build the building. In fact, even had his architect come in, meet with staff, and they went over side yard setbacks and so forth. It turns out, when the permit was actually filed, discovery was made that the current zoning isn't consistent with the comprehensive plan. So it has to require a new zoning. There are 4 options. Working with staff recommended the one that's most consistent because this is on South Tropical Trail, just north of Mathers Bridge. And this is going to be a single-family home, luxury home that extends between Indian River and Banana River. So it had to go through variance too, because whoever sells the property, it was very interesting here in Florida, because I'm also new to Florida, that they can split land and go to the tax, and you start paying taxes on it without it being consistent, without it going through anything in zoning. And that was the surprise here. So Mr. Hearton bought this property, full belief he could build a single-family home. That right was taken away when it wasn't consistent with the comprehensive plan. Staff is recommending REU, which is most consistent, so that we can build the house as designed. Hopefully you have the plans before you. And I actually have a letter from the neighbor that was also introduced at the variance hearing where it was approved. We needed because the lot's a little narrower than all 4 zonings require 125 feet. It's 117 feet, but also met with the neighbor. The neighbor to the south, it's vacant property, no one to meet with. Neighbor to the right, if you want me to present the letter. Also, the variance fully supports the project. John and his wife met with them. They get along really well and look forward to the house being built. So this is a request to have it designated, I think it's called SEU.
SEU.
I'm sorry, I misspoke earlier. SEU.
Correct.
Because that's the one that's most consistent, as staff told us, on South Tropical Trail.
All right, 1 second right there, sir. Is there anyone in the audience want to speak for or against this item? All right, seeing that, I bring it back to the board. We got any questions for the applicant?
Mr. Chairman, I move that we recommend approval of the zoning change.
Okay, we got a motion by Ron, a second by Robert. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That passed unanimously.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, sir. Item G8.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Item G8 is Christopher H. Griffin requests a change of zoning classification from RU-1-9 to RU-1-11. Application number is 23Z00084 on tax account number 2864401 located in District 5.
Okay, sir, and if you would state your name and address for the record.
Chris Griffin, 4225 Miami Avenue, Melbourne, Florida.
And a little bit about what you're wanting to do.
I'm wanting to change to RU-11 because currently I'm not allowed to build any accessory structures on my property. The lot that I live on was divided up at some point, and it lost its grandfathered in status to be able to build accessory structures. So changing it to RU-111 will be consistent for the future land use.
Okay, you're looking to do like a detached garage?
Correct, yes, sir.
Okay. All right, if you could hang it loose right there. Is there anyone in the audience want to speak for or against this item? All right, seeing that, I bring it back to the board. Do we have any questions for the applicant?
Mr. Chairman, I move we recommend approval of this change.
Okay. We got a motion by Ron, a second by Robert. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That passed unanimously.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day. Okay, item G9.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Item G9 is Virginia Anne Nelsen requests a change of zoning classification from GU to RR-1. Application number is 23Z00082. Tax account number 2001693 and 2001694, located in District 1.
Okay, ma'am.
Virginia Ann Nelson, 2959 Finsterwall Drive, Titusville, Florida. I have 2 1-acre lots that I want to build single-family homes on.
You want to build 2 homes on the,
One on each acre, yeah.
all right. Is there anyone in the audience want to speak for or against this item? Okay. All right, seeing that, I bring it back to the board. Do we have any questions for the applicant?
Mr. Chair?
Yes, sir.
Hi. Are these homes for yourself, or are you going to sell them, or are you going to rent them?
I have 2 young sons, and so I was hoping that I could help them build them, owner-builder.
So it'd be for the family?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Mr. Chair?
Yes, sir.
Motion, recommend approval on item G9.
Second.
Who won? Was that Debbie or Ron? We're going to give this one to Debbie, Ron.
Okay.
We got a motion by Ben and a second by Debbie. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? That passed unanimously.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And Mr. Jeff, I'm supposed to remind you.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. So we didn't, at the beginning of this meeting, we did not vote on new chair and vice chair. We'll need to do that.
Wasn't on the agenda.
And then I wanted to bring you all an attention that some of you were emailed on an upcoming application that he is asking to meet or converse with you all. I would just recommend that you be familiar with sunshine law, and if you have any questions that you can, after this meeting, you can either talk to me or Alex.
All right, so I guess we'll need a nomination for chair.
Mr. Chair, I nominate you as chair.
I'll second that.
And I'll second that.
All right, we got a motion by Ben. Bruce, I think you were first there, and a second by Bruce. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? I guess that passed unanimously, and we'll need a motion for a vice chair.
Nominate Henry.
I'll second that.
Who?
Henry?
Henry.
We got a motion from Bruce for Henry and a second by Bryan. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Me.
I figured. You don't want it, Henry?
Yeah, I do. It's got to be more money than we made, huh? I'll take it.
You okay?
You're going to double your salary.
Okay.
You'll take it. Look, he looks so reluctant.
I'm shell-shocked, that's all.
All right, I guess after that, then meeting adjourned.
The opinions expressed by any member of the public during any period of public comment do not necessarily reflect the views or opinions of the Board of County Commissioners of Brevard County, Florida, Space Coast Government Television, or the program sponsor, and are solely those of the presenter. The Board of County Commissioners of Brevard County, Florida, Space Coast Government Television, and the program sponsor hereby expressly disclaim any and all responsibility or liability for any defamatory or slanderous statements expressed by any member of the public during any such period.